Welcome back to cooking every single recipe in the official Stardew Valley cookbook. Today we're making strange bun and void mayonnaise. Don't forget to subscribe and vote for it and make next in the comments below. And check my other channel, link in the description. To start the recipe off, you're going to whisk together half a cup of whole milk and 3 tablespoons of bread flour, then heat it up over low heat for 7 to 9 minutes until it's like the consistency of a cake batter. Then you're going to let it sit for 5 to 10 minutes until it's just warm to the touch. Now you're going to lightly grease a large bowl with unsalted butter. Now in another large bowl you're going to whisk together 3 tablespoons of malted milk powder, 2 tablespoons of dark brown sugar, 2 teaspoons of salt, 1 7-gram packet of instant yeast, half a cup of buttermilk at room temperature. I forgot to do that, did not rise. So make sure the buttermilk is room temperature. And 1 large egg. And then you're going to whisk that all until well combined. And then you're going to add the 1 2/3 remaining cups of bread flour. You're going to add 1 2/3 cups of bread flour. And a cup of all-purpose flour. Then you mix it together with a rubber spatula until a shaggy dough forms, and then you continue to work it with your hands until it becomes decently smooth and just well combined. Then you're going to add 3 tablespoons of butter, a tablespoon at a time, and continue mixing with your hands. It'll become greasy, that's fine, it's good. Then you're going to knead with one hand as you hold the bowl down with the other. You stop kneading when it's no longer wet and sticky. 3 to 5 minutes. Then you turn the dough out onto a clean and flat surface, and you knead with both hands until it's smooth and elastic. About 5 to 7 minutes. Then you put it shape into a ball, put it in your greased bowl, and cover it. I used saran wrap, but you could probably also use like a damp paper towel. And you let that rest for 2 hours? Yep. And as you've already seen via video, once it's done resting, you're going to shape it into a rectangle and cut it into 6 parts. And then you're going to roll those 6 parts into about a 1/2 inch diameter rope that you're then going to coil up into a either jumbo muffin tin or a ramekin like I'm using. And you're going to coil it by just into almost like soft serve. Then you're going to let them rest at room temperature. You're also going to stick a skewer in the center of it, pointy side up. And you're going to let them rest at room temperature for about an hour. While that's resting, we're going to make the void mayonnaise. You're going to want to start by crushing 5 black garlic cloves. Could not find black garlic, so I just mixed black pepper and regular garlic. And you would normally crush charcoal tablets, or if you found already pre-powdered charcoal, you crush it there, but the charcoal you got was white. Our charcoal was white. But you would normally use a 1/4 teaspoon of food grade finely ground activated charcoal powder. But yeah, ours was white, so we use food coloring instead. Then to that charcoal, you add a tablespoon of lemon juice and whisk it together. Then add 1 large egg yolk at room temperature, 2 teaspoons of Dijon mustard, just a good pinch of salt. Yeah, a good pinch of salt, and whisk together. And then whisking really fast. In fact, I would recommend using an immersion blender because it's nigh impossible to whisk with your hand. You're going to slowly add 3/4 cups of neutral oil, such as light olive oil. And when I mean slowly, I mean slowly. But definitely use an immersion blender. Did not thicken properly for me. It worked when I used an immersion blender. Then you're going to mix in your garlic and you're done. Now about 40 minutes into the second proof, you're going to preheat the oven to 350. You're going to whisk together 1 egg and a splash of water and brush your buns with an egg wash. If they start drooping during the proof, you can use the skewer to reset it, and then you're going to put them in the oven for about 30 minutes, rotating once after 20 minutes, and then you're going to use a paring knife to cut the center out. Now, unfortunate news. This recipe uses 2 lobsters, about 1.5 pounds each. You can buy pre-frozen lobsters. Do not know where you do that. So I had to buy live lobsters, and don't worry, I didn't boil them immediately. I knifed them in the head first, because that is the more humane way of doing it. But it made me feel bad, but you get salted boiling water. Then you're going to take your lobsters, put them in the boiling water, and for 8 to 10 minutes. Then you take them out and put them immediately in an ice bath. You should check the internal temperature first. I think it's like 140 internal or something. But then you're gonna look up how to remove the meat from a lobster. I politely requested my dad to do it because I didn't know how. But yeah, rest in peace, lobsters. You were delicious. After you've de-meated the lobsters, you also need to cut the meat into bite-sized pieces and chill it. Again, rest in peace. Your sacrifice was greatly appreciated, lobsters. And finally, in a pot, you're going to take, I think it's a half a cup of butter and several large grinds of black pepper, and you're going to melt that in the pot, and you're going to cook it until it starts to turn brown and smell nutty. About 10 minutes. Once that happens, you're going to turn off the heat, and then you're going to add in 6 large sage leaves thinly sliced, 2 teaspoons of finely grated lemon zest, and 2 garlic cloves finely grated, or you can just garlic press them. You're going to add all those in and stir them together. Careful, the butter might sputter when you mix this part, but once all that is mixed in and kind of tenderized, it took like 5 minutes. Then you add in your lobster and you mix it around just until it's like warmed up, and then you're done and ready to serve. You're then going to evenly distribute it by putting it in the hollowed out buns. Holy cow, this was amazing. Still feel awful for the lobsters, but it was an inevitability for them. If it wasn't me, it was going to be someone else. Doesn't feel good though. You can also buy pre-frozen lobsters, don't know where, but I did see frozen lobster claws, but I don't know how many of those you'd have to buy. And also, frozen meat never tastes as good as fresh. But this is a 10 out of 10. It's so good. Expensive because a lobster, but so good. If it didn't cost money, I would make this a lot. It is also just a long recipe, but still, 10 out of 10. Highly recommend. Don't break the bank though.